I'm curious, just playing that idea out. Like you're saying, not just like having watch parties or bringing the fandom, but more like actually having the tournaments or the games being played in different, like the way the FIFA World Cup works, for example. Like different cities and people are playing in different locations.
Well, that kind of happens, right, through the tournament. Like there are locations for Sweet 16 and Elite 8 and so on and so forth. I'm talking more about during March Madness weekend, there's the fan fest I talked about, there's a music festival. So, not just a watch party, but what if you brought those? What if you brought the fan festival and the music experience to all different cities with the backdrop of it being March Madness? It would
Uh,
take a massive
of
investment. I
course.
have no idea
That's
how
why
the,
this is,
if it would be right.
it's a dream
This is
concept.
pipe dream. Yeah. But I think that and then sure, you can have huge screens, and so the games are on and people are excited about it, but not making it so reliant on the 2 colleges or the 4 schools that are in the Final Four or the championship are the only ones invested. I just think there's something there, like, it's just this infectious and excitement that happens that I would love to be able to take advantage of in more cities than where the host city is.
It's actually a different concept. In my past live, like when it's in its first avatar, when we first began, we were a live streaming virtual reality platform. And so our whole concept was feel like you're at the stadium no matter where you are, because I grew up in India watching Formula One, Wimbledon, NBA, but never even imagining what a live experience might have felt like. And so the whole concept was feel like you're in the stadium but with your friends, so you can watch and talk together through the headset, the medium of the headset. Obviously that hasn't panned out as we all thought it would. But the idea there was like we were trying to bring fans from different cities into the stadium. You're saying
Sure.
bring the experience to
Yeah.
the fans where they are.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's interesting you say that because one of the ways our head of content talks about our NFL rights and how we're sort of going to market through Bleacher Report is like his viewpoint is to have a virtual credential for the fans and so give them the coverage that they would want if they were there themselves versus the more traditional way NFL is covered. So it just reminded me of that. It is that like virtual notion come to life a little
Yeah,
bit more.
absolutely. We have a segment which we do with all media execs. Just we ask you some rapid fire questions. If you're open to that, would love to get into that. So, first one, what's one tool that you cannot live without?
Life 360. It's a tracking device on my 16-year-old.
Oh, okay, that's a good one, actually. Again, haven't reached
It's
that point
probably not
yet,
what
but
you were
I will.
expecting,
I'm
but it
pretty
is
close.
true.
That's a good one. And this is an app.
Yeah, it's an app. A friend who I worked with years ago told me about it when she has a daughter who's older than mine, so, yes,
That's
I stare at it a lot.
that's awesome. Which athlete or sports brand do you think really nails digital engagement?
I don't necessarily think there's a single anything that nails it continuously. I think it was brilliant that Taylor announced her new album on Travis's
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
That is marketing genius,
Which
through and through.
she is a master of.
Yes, she correct.
Yeah.
I think it was amazing. But I think there's also like smaller successes in terms of and some of this is self-serving, but like Unrivaled, because we have the rights, right? But Unrivaled really capitalizing on the moment of looking at how female athletes are paid and how they're treated and putting that at the epicenter of the new league that they're creating, which is picking up massive momentum year over year. Same, similar but different concept as Players Era does the same thing for college basketball players,
Yeah.
with putting, how they're paid and how they're treated at the epicenter of the tournament that they have every year. So I think there are ways that, it might be a smaller scale right now, but I predict that those will be very big points of success moving forward.